dear students. We have completed our chapter, The Last Lesson by Alphonse Dot, and today I shall be discussing three important questions of this chapter. The long question. First question is France thinks will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? What could this mean? See, in the chapter we have read when a boy he was shocked to hear that is the France that is German. They have banned the French language, and German was imposed to them. And he looks up and he finds the pigeon cooking, and he passes this sarcastic remark. The answer goes like this: France-Persian War in 1870 and 1871. France was defeated, and districts of Alsace and Lorraine became a part of a Persian, that is Germany. And earlier the people of this district, they were taught French, but now with the new set up, an order was issued by the from Berlin, which said that German would be taught to these two districts. And M. Hamel was a teacher who had been teaching French here for last 40 years. He was transferred, and in his last lesson, they won't be now learning French that was told by M. Hamel anymore. And he told the people about the significance of their language, and aroused their patriotic feeling, the old village peoples to endorsed his view. And all such decision aroused a sudden change in French, developed a dislike towards the German people. And meanwhile he heard some pigeons cooing on the roof. He immediately remarked, will they make them sing in German, even to these pigeons? French wants to say that a person's native language comes to him naturally, as cooing comes to the pigeon. And it is worth um, worth noting here that the Persians can impose German language on them, um, on the people of Alsace and Lorraine powerfully, but create they cannot create a love for this language in their heart. And they can enslave the birds, but they cannot have no authenticity to compel them to cook the pigeons. Any forceful imposition will seize their love for them. This is what this answer signifies here. Second question here is about the title of the lesson, The Last Lesson. Alphonse Daudet has given a very suitable and balanced title to this. It is self-revealing title. Author gives a good account of M. Hamel last lesson. The author presents a heartfelt and a tearful departure of M. Hamel. Prior to a Franco-Persian War, French was being taught in these schools of Alsace and the L'Oreal, but the France was now defeated in the war, and order was issued from the Berlin banning of teaching a French language. Addressing the student, M. Hamel says it was his last lesson in French, and tomorrow a new teacher will come to teach them the German, as German was imposed on them. M. Hamel was occasionally dressed and the village people, they were sitting in the class to show their to give their tribute to their teacher towards M. Hamel, who has served for their for the this school for 40 years. And after pointing out the importance of the language, one's own language, M. Hamel continues his teaching in grammar. He explained everything in detail, which attracted everyone sitting in their classroom. It looked as if everybody wanted to and that he wanted to pour everything in their mind just in one go. And then suddenly the church bell, they strike 12, and he raises, says something, but he raises from his chair and wanted to say something, but the voice choked him, and he wrote on the board, Vive la France, that is, long live France, and made a gestures with the hand to dismiss the class. Hence, the title is very suggestive and justified. So, another question which is most important: what is a linguistic Chauvinism? Linguistic, we mean language, and Chauvinism is feeling pride in one's language. Analyze the order from the Berlin in the in at this slide. Carrying excessive pride in one's language leads to a linguistic chauvinism. This is what it signifies here. We can analyze the order from the Berlin in the light. It is nothing but a naked example of the linguistic chauvinism. Being proud of one's culture, tradition, and the language is quite justified. But considering one's language superior to others amounts to be referred to as a chauvinism. This is what it is here. The imposition of German language over the French speaking population cannot be justified at all. It is, in fact, the worst kind of culmination. M. Hamel love for French is genius, shocking. Order from Berlin arouses a patriotic feeling in them. He loves French, calls it as the clearest and the most logical language too. Allies have not paid much heed to this its learning of this great language. People to safeguard it among them, it is a key of unity and freedom. Suddenly elder people also realizes how precious their language is to them, and the students like French who were not immense to the patriotic feelings, they feel sorry. He hates the idea of a German language being imposed on them, and he remarks sarcastically, will they make the pigeons will they make them sing a German, even the pigeon? So this is what it is. The imposition of a German language over the French speaking population is can't be justified at all. This is what the linguistic chauvinism here signifies. Now if we talk about the message that is carried out in this, when M. Hamel says, when M. Hamel conveys, when a people are enslaved as they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had the key to their prison, or the theme of the last lesson, we can say. Circumstances of two French cities of Alsace and Lorraine, that is, they had come under the German, and French was banned, and the new teacher teaching German will be taking over, reveals the importance and value of freedom's native language, and the time the loss of learning their own language. And here they talk, the author talks about the value of their own language, and then he also says the time they had wasted in not learning their own language is he's talking about teacher's love for his language, and friend, he feels regretted that he has wasted his time not learning his own language, and then own language timely, and this touches our heart, arouses a feeling of village for the mother language, and people are enslaved only mother language help them, and they arouses a feeling of patriotism for their country, for their mother language. And they say that the people could only come out of it if they that is of this enslave, if they have, that is, love for their own language and they know their own language. Language proves to be the key to their uh, prison. And he says French understand the value of a time now, and he understand what freedom means. And story is a universal message that it conveys. One's native language is one's own recognition, and that should be regarded from the core of the heart. Thank you, students.